Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you the first of a series of my mod tutorials. This one is going to be about infinite cheap power. Now, this one I made up myself. It's quite cool, bit cheeky though. So, firstly, this involves the steam dynamo from thermal expansion. What you need to do to craft the steam dynamo is you need to have copper gears, which are simply copper surrounding an iron, and you can use any copper from Galactic Craft or thermal expansion or Tinker's Construct, depending on whether or not you're playing with Tactical B Team, which I am. And you need some redstone and a redstone transmission coil. So for that you need silver and 2 redstone. Alright, so for this steam dynamo you're going to need solid fuel, which consists of coal, wood, or anything like that, or charcoal, which is what this whole thing's about. And to cool it, or to make the steam, don't quite know which, probably both, you need an aqueous accumulator. Now these don't need power, but if you just stick them in the middle of an infinite source, where normally, if there was water where the aqueous accumulator was, it would just infinitely create a source. You put the aqueous accumulator in the water, and it will have just tons of water in the pipes. And in the steam dynamo, you see it's full of water. Stationary tropics water. I don't even know what biome I'm in, but whatever. Okay, so this steam dynamo will emit power when I've given this enough fuel and I've flipped the lever. So outside. Now, our first machine here is a harvester. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this before, but just for those of you who haven't, the recipe is plastic sheets, which are made from just smelting rubber, raw rubber, which you get from rubber wood, into raw plastic, and then craft 4 of those. You also need some shears, everyone knows how to craft those, an invar axe. You don't need to do that with Tinker's Construct, it's just 3 invar and a stick, a machine frame. A lot of machines in Mine Factory and some in thermal expansion need this, so I recommend you craft quite a few of those. So you can use any glass, any steel, doesn't really matter, or dictionary should work. You also need a couple of gold and a redstone reception coil, which is gold and redstone. Right, so this machine is going to, as the name suggests, harvest wood, and then here's the really clever bit, it's going to smelt it in a redstone furnace going to smelt it into charcoal, which burns with the same density as coal, but you can get infinite amounts of it with wood, just smelting wood. Now, second machine is the fertilizer. Now, this pretty much grows the trees instantly. So fertilizer, recipe is a couple of silver, a redstone reception coil, which is gold and redstone. Where is it? It is. A glass bottle, I'm sure you all know how to make that. Some plastic sheets, which I've told you how to make before. Some leather, and a machine frame, which I told you how to craft before. So, now to the last but not least machine, the planter. As the name suggests, again, this simply plants saplings, whatever you choose. So this ladder isn't letting me go down for some strange reason. Oh no. Oh yeah. And the planter. Inside the planter, you're going to want to put some saplings. This filter, unless you want to plant lots of different saplings, don't worry about that. Also, don't worry about this unless you know what it is. That's an upgrade, so you can make the area bigger. But for now, we're just going to have a 3x3. Consume stack, leave that on. The rest of it, you need to wire it up to some power, and also you need something I'll tell you about later. At the back of the harvester, you're going to need a chest. I'm just using a reinforced steel chest. You're going to need an item duct, which is set to extract. For that, you're going to need a crescent hammer, which is very basic. You should get that from thermal expansion very quickly. It's probably the first thing you should get. Item ducts. Now, because these are intelligent pipes, you don't need to do any filters or anything, no pneumatic servos. That will just pipe down into the planter, and it will automatically just put saplings in there because it's the only thing a planter would take. Now we also need to have another pipe which will go to a redstone furnace. That also needs to be on extract and redstone current. Now this furnace also needs to be powered, and oh dear me, we need to have a pipe which extracts from this furnace. So for that, we're going to need a lever, which provides a redstone current, and a crescent hammer to set it to extract mode. Then we're going to need to turn that lever on, and then the redstone furnace should be wired and ready to go when you have power. So just to show you how this thing works, I'm going to kickstart it with a Dynamo which already has a bit of coal in it. Okay, turning that on. So that lever actually self-inverts, which is a bit odd. So this should be providing quite a bit of RF. You can't actually see anything in the internal buffer because yeah, it's all being used. See, here we are. Now that's fertilised the wood. Oh, I didn't tell you how to make industrial fertiliser. What you need to do to make that, there's a crafting recipe. Crafting recipe is wheat, bone meal, string, wood, stick, or you can use a sewer and a composter. You don't do that if you know what I'm talking about. See, wood is coming out of there and it's piping into here. It's now piping into the redstone furnace, which is now being smelted into charcoal. Now that charcoal's piping out the other side, through this wall, in through that item duct, and into the redstone furnace. So this power system will power itself infinitely. You don't need to touch it apart from maybe clearing saplings and apples out of the chest behind the harvester. Bloody hell. All you really need to do is just to sometimes unclog things. That pretty much should be, you can have as many of these as you like, of the steam dynamos, just make sure you get the piping right. The water, that will never run out, it's effectively infinite. But by which I mean it will be tons and tons and tons and tons of steam dynamos and it won't run out. And also you need to wire everything with hardened energy conduits or any energy conduit you like. Now this can be used to power a lot of things, pretty much everything. It's using redstone flux RF, which is the thermal expansion power system. Now that Mine Factory takes that in the last update or something like that. Mine Factory will take that and will take Minecraft Jewels. It will take something else. I don't know what that is. You probably shouldn't use that. And so yeah, it's probably a good idea to power all your machines with redstone flux because thermal expansion is a bit stubborn and only uses redstone flux. So if you just use these, you can also pipe the steam out here. I've seen videos where a lot of people have been asking about, oh, how do I get steam if I don't have Railcraft, or if I'm playing on Attack of the B team? Well, what you do is you get a fluid duct and you can pipe steam out of there, and you can pipe that into a steam turbine, which is what a lot of people have been asking. So that will work, and as you can see, this is filling up quite a bit, and that will eventually overflow, which is why you need pretty much more of these steam dynamos, or you need